Wow. Um, that was brutal. That was like so. That was I haven't experienced an ass whooping that bad in a long time. Again, for those that missed context in prior videos, I used to be an Optic gaming fan. Obviously, Optic not in the LCS anymore. One of the most traumatizing playoff losses that I've ever personally gone through was Optic versus CLG 2019, the first playoff series that Optic ever made. We go in, we're playing against a Azir Sivir comp, and we're not able to close out the game despite having 2 Baron buffs, an Elder buff, and just like a stupid amount of CS and gold lead. We couldn't do it. We threw the game, and then we just collapsed games 2 and 3. Like, you knew by 5 minutes in the game that it was done, and there was no possible way to come back. And that's exactly what happened here, except we never got that game 1 glimpse of possibly being able to win the series. I'm going to have the highlights playing here, thanks to Anivia for those. But there was, I don't think there was a single highlight play from 100 Thieves. Well, no, there was one. There was the Quid play in game 2 on Ahri and bot lane. But even then, that highlight play still did not work out in our favor. Game 1, we just get counterpicked in mid lane. Game 1, we get counterpicked in top. The TF just absolutely smashes the Aatrox. In theory, this draft isn't bad so long as Hui and Quid doesn't fall so far behind. Then Xin Zhao can focus top lane and he can get sniper rolling, and then bot lane scales via Smolder and Smolder. Quid dies twice in lane, and it cost us both times. Now, granted, he was able to get it back. We were able to get kills on Jojo Pune, but it came at the cost of top lane getting stupidly ahead. Meanwhile, bot lane, Berserker showed up today. Oh my. I don't want to waste too much time on this series because we only have 2 days to turn things around before our matchup against NRG on Saturday. But before I preview that, it's just worth calling that we lost every lane all series. There was not a single lane that we won anywhere with counter picks. And that's just, it's not good. You can't win a series. You can't win a game doing that. Now, granted, C9, when they're clicking, still can be one of the best teams in the league. Do I expect us to lose lanes this bad against NRG? No. We are known to be a weak laning team, but not this bad. Holy crap. If I'm isolating a player that needs to improve the most series over series, it's got to be Meech. Meech went down 40 to 50 CS every game against Berserker. Now, granted, part of that was Lucian Nami. I mean, the last game they had, what, Alistar Kai'Sa, so in theory, you should be able to do something. The Aphelios game wasn't great. Game 1, Smolder, I mean, he stacked. He got to that point, but by the time he got to execution stacks, the game was over by that point. The sad thing is, I think we had a draft advantage in game 1, but just, again, we played so badly on an individual basis, which it is what it is. So, not going to talk about it other than just to say and wrap it up with this. We are a young squad that was Sniper and Meech's first best of 5 series on stage. No pre-recorded draft, no time to think about things. It is a drastically different environment. And every bit of criticism that people were levying against 100 Thieves coming into this, where it's like, hey, you know, they're going to struggle in best of 5s, was entirely true. And I have to wear that egg on my face. Believe me, social media for me right now is not fun, but I take it on the chin. Look, I ultimately crap talk coming into this, and you gotta wear the egg on your face if you're gonna be willing to throw it out in the first place. So it kind of is what it is. Looking forward to the NRG series. I mean, this isn't really gonna be much to talk about. It's like we have to just step up individually. I think some of our drafts were fine, but like Sniper needs to perform better in lane. I'll give him game 1. He got counterpicked. It's very difficult to play against the TF. Shouldn't have lost as bad as he did, but it's tough. Games 2 and 3, less of an excuse. River, I like River on engaged champions, but you can tell by game 3 that he was just happy gaming. I mean, he was missing plays that he would hit all season long in this series, and he just simply has to be on form better against NRG. Otherwise, Contracts will take advantage of that. We've already seen Contracts do that against some of the top players like Blabber. Mid lane Quid, I think actually barring game one, Quid actually like played decent, was putting himself in decent spots to be able to do stuff, but like the entire map was kind of crumbling around him. I'm not going to say that like he played out of his mind, but he was definitely like performing at the highest level of any player on our team, bar none, and it wasn't even close. So for him, you know, keep up this form, maybe improve a little bit. Hope that, you know, your other lanes around you can do something. Otherwise, he's just gonna have to smash lane harder, simply put. But Jojo Pun's on form. I expect him to have a much better series against Palafox. And Meech, brother, if we're gonna get pushed in, we still got to be able to CS. Like, we can't be going down 40-50 CS in a series, in a game, period. Like, that cannot happen. Like, this was the biggest bot gap I've seen in such a long time in professional League of Legends. Like, even when we go against, like, we as NA go against other teams in Korea and China, I've never seen a gap this bad. So look, it's nerves, shake it off. I'm not going to let this video drag on any more than I need to. We got 2 days. Coaching just needs to turn around. These players need to show up on the day. I don't want to lose this series, but if we play like this, then that is exactly what's going to happen. So reset, learn from today, and rebound. We're a young team. We're still fun to watch. I love the fact that we picked up the Yasuo game 3 and at least gave it a try. Fine by me. It was fun to watch. It was entertaining, even though we still got smashed. But yeah, that's it. Not much else to say. Really hope our season doesn't end on Saturday. Really, really hope, because this would be a really sour note, like going from the highest highs all the way down to the lowest lows. But I still have faith that we can bounce back against NRG. They have not looked great. I expect them to turn around in a best of 5, similar to how C9 did. But we learned a very valuable lesson today on stage, which is you got to be on a whole different level when you step up on that stage and face some of the top players in the world in a best of 5, or well, at least in North America. We got to be ready. I'm ready. Hope you are. Don't lose the faith yet. This ain't over until the final Nexus falls. So don't be... Look, it's fine to be sad. It's fine to be down after this turn of events, but you get the fuck over it and you rep the boys. That's all that matters. We give them as much energy and support as we possibly can going into this series, because the last thing you need is to fucking tear them down after this. So if you're one of those people that wants to go on social media right now and lambast the players and say somebody needs to come yell at them, they know what they did wrong. The coaching staff's going to be able to handle it. It is our job as fans to sit here and help boost them up. So send positivity their way. I don't want to see anybody that's a supporter of mine showing negativity towards them. Step up as a fan. Help support them, and let's get them through a freaking dub against NRG this weekend, because I am not letting this series and letting this season that has been fantastic to watch end after just 6 games. That's not happening. See you on the next video.